Would you marry someone that does not have a job?
Oh my gosh, Khadija, like I've not heard from my partner in like 2 days. I'm like 2 days in time. What happened? Did he die or what? And she was like, oh no.
First of all, if you are avoidant, just stay away from other people.
You just want every day. Whenever you feel like it, you can just call them. That doesn't It's a very
Like, I don't understand. Oh, so okay, the woman that you want to get married to that has a job, do you also think that she also poured herself to that like?
That's of the stay-at-home mom. She's doing a full-time job already. So put her on a payroll. Now, would you think that society doesn't want me to do anything? I cannot eat today. You have to go out and work.
they start criticizing her like, I could go marry this one, or she'll be proud because she has money. Or when a woman has money, she'll not be able to like be humble and stay with her husband and stuff like that.
And trust me, one of the things that breaks up marriage nowadays is that financial stability.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the KNTV talk show. I'm your host Umar Hasna Khadija and my co-host
Ayobami Ibrahim.
Okay, so today's conversation is not just about love, it's about survival, expectations, and the silent rules society puts on relationships.
And trust me, this one is already shaking tables online.
Because a Nigerian singer recently said he would never marry a woman who doesn't have a job. And people have a lot to say about it. Okay, so before we drag anybody, let's understand his perspective. He said that this advice was from his mom and that the idea was that marriage should be about partnership and not financial burden.
Okay, but does that mean love now comes with like a salary requirement?
And today we have a guest to help us unpack this. Welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Chike. I'm a social media manager and a content creator, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. We're really glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
And from the short summary we gave of this conversation we're going to be having today, what do you understand from it?
So, I heard you said a certain celebrity said he doesn't want to marry anyone that doesn't have a job.
Yes.
I feel that is fine. From my own perspective, I feel like anyone, be it a woman or a man, that doesn't even have a job should not even get into marriage in the first place to begin with. So I feel like there's sense in whatever he's saying.
Thank you for that answer.
You're welcome.
Okay, then let's start simple. Do you think that it's wrong for someone to want a financially independent partner?
I don't think it's wrong. Because marriage is the joining of two people, right? Now, when those two people come together in marriage, what do? Before you get married, you have to be sure you have physical strength for it, mental strength for it, financial strength, stability for it, emotional stability. And trust me, one of the things that breaks up marriage nowadays is that financial stability. So if you are not even ready financially, if you don't have something that sustains you, don't even go near marriage to begin with. A lot of people even leave relationships because their partners can't keep up with their lifestyle or is broke. Talk less of marriage, where you have to commit seriously. And it can also be the result of having kids. So I don't think anybody is wrong for wanting a financial independent partner.
But here's the twist. Are women always given the opportunity to be financially independent?
Well, when you say it like that, are women always given the opportunity? We have so many opportunities right now. So when you ask that question, do you mean like within their family or within the society? Because right now the world has revolved to the part where we have the opportunity to do and be whatever we want to be. Nobody decides for us again.
Exactly.
We are not more in the 18s. Or you understand? So yes, except you're talking about family, within their family, and maybe her father decides that he doesn't want her to get a job before she marries. Yes, but if it's just within the society, we have opportunities, we have skills to learn, we have things. Why do we go to school? To become better people in the future. So yes, I feel like that is not even a question anymore. Are women given the opportunity? Then it could be the fact of, are women given the opportunity to become better in the society, better roles, better pay? For that question, if women are given the opportunity to become financial independent, yes, they are.
Because society sometimes they raise women to depend on men. Then when they see that a woman is financially independent, they start criticizing her, like, who go marry this one? She'll be proud because she has money. When a woman has money, she will not be able to like be humble and stay with her husband and stuff like that.
That's
it's just giving
critical.
Yeah.
Because it's like you guys are saying, oh, we want women that
have money.
Independent. Exactly.
Then when a woman has money,
it becomes an issue. And it's usually a lot of times when women who do well and are successful, most of them, they usually say that, oh, they're either doing illegal stuff or they are prostitutes. Basically that's those.
It's just like you said, you want us to have money, but when we have the money, you're like, this woman cannot be controlled, or she can't be submissive, or what did she do to have that money?
Exactly.
And stuff like that. It's just,
I feel like we are in the stage where we are not letting society decide some certain things for us again. So when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking, what am I going to eat today? Whatever you're going to eat that day is because of what you're using your hand to do for yourself. What you are sustaining, what you're using to sustain yourself in life. Now, would you think that, oh, society doesn't want me to be anything, so I cannot eat today? You have to get up. Go out and work. Get yourself money to eat. So I don't think anybody, I know it's still rampant, but I feel like we are shifting from that part where we are allowing society decide for us.
Exactly.
So if anybody is saying because society doesn't want a rich woman, I would not be rich. That is, I don't know, that is wishy to me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tai, for that expressive answer.
Thank you.
So moving on to our next question. If a woman chooses to be a housewife, no job, no home, and like she just stays at home, what does that make her? Does that make her less valuable?
Absolutely, it doesn't make her less valuable. Because she's a stay-at-home wife, it doesn't make her less valuable. First of all, it's a choice. It's her choice to stay at home, and she's not staying at home to not do anything.
Definitely.
It's being a stay-at-home mom with children and the house to cater to.
it's already a lot to handle.
It's already a lot to handle, and she should be paid for that.
Yes.
That's a work on its own. She should be paid for that. Put on the payroll. Yes, they pay
Housemates for all stuff.
Housemates for talk less of a stay-at-home mom. She's doing a full-time job already. So put her on the payroll.
We love to hear that.
Yes.
I think it's so important that we acknowledge the fact that women are not just vessels that can just be used. I think
stay in the kitchen.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Being in the kitchen alone, that's why men they can't necessarily do these things.
Yes.
Because they even have they always bring excuses that they're the ones providing, they're the ones making the money and stuff like that.
Stay at home, let me provide it. You stay in the kitchen,
then we see how it is.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that when you even like the struggles and the pain that women go through during childbirth and stuff like that.
Like they don't count it like something. That's a lot.
A lot of times where men always,
undervalue
the pain,
experience and everything.
It's even that when women try to like tell men that period pain is so painful, like there are a lot of us that won't feel like we're going to die like when we experience this kind of pain, and they'll be like, is it not just pain? What overreacting is nothing. And it's like so I think it's so important that society and men especially need to understand like the fact that women also have like an important role to play.
Yes, it's very important. We need people to acknowledge more of that. So Mr. A, let's flip this now. Do you marry someone that does not have a job?
That is a very interesting question.
Okay.
I I wouldn't marry someone that doesn't have a job. I'm going to come out very blunt.
Yes.
I cannot marry anyone that doesn't have a job. That's the same, that is the same way I would treat myself. I wouldn't marry if I don't have a job.
Exactly.
So I would not marry someone that doesn't have a job, please.
Okay.
But
Nice.
You want to know? I should go in depth. I should go in
You
depth.
don't have to because it's very valid.
yeah,
I don't
it's
think
very
anybody
valid.
would want a liability as a husband. So
Yes,
it's very, very
You
valid.
get.
Yes. Same way Chike said he cannot marry a woman who doesn't have
it's
a job.
valid.
It's very valid.
Please,
Nobody
it's
wants
valid.
a liability. Yeah.
Because I think that this conversation even helps us understand like the real value of relationships.
Yeah.
Like the singer noted to that he cannot marry a woman who doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
I can understand like his perspective to it, but he also mentioned something about women, not necessarily like women whoring themselves.
Okay.
So, like most of the times, like women who have money, most of the times they usually get to that level because of they whore themselves, and most of the time because he's seen it, and it's like there's not this kind of way that men look at women now. Any woman who is doing well for herself, she might have whored herself like to get to that place, and it's like why do we need to think that way? Okay, so should we say that men who are successful as well also whore themselves to where they are?
For real, that's a very stupid thing to say.
Because
very
it's like I don't
stupid
understand.
thing to
Oh,
say.
so okay, the woman that
Yeah.
you want to get married to that has a job, do you also think that she also whored herself to that level?
Like, I don't know how some people reason because I'm this question alone is giving me like headache. Like because a woman is at the top, because a woman is successful, she actually hold herself up there. Or more, like a lot of things need to change in this our society, starting from some people's
Mentality.
No, that's
I think
crazy.
they need to first understand that people can make it. I think men need to understand that just the same way they hustle their way through to the top.
Yeah.
Because
Women
she's a
can also
woman
do the same.
doesn't mean she can't do the same. They can do the same.
Exactly.
And they need to stop thinking source of wealth is through them for a woman.
Exactly.
I'm also a source of wealth to myself.
Self.
I can build wealth just the same way Mr. B can build wealth for himself. We can even be doing the same work. You understand? And we are getting paid the same way. So judge that now.
Exactly. And in this century where we are right now, women are working ×2 more than the men.
Yes.
Men feel like, oh, since they're the head of the house, blah blah, they can just be. Women are not even comfortable being in those places they used to put our mothers those days. Women are not comfortable being there. So in this society now, women are working ×2 more than the men. So it's not about whoring yourself to the top at all. I think what this conversation really reveals is how we define value in relationships. Is value about money, emotional support, care, stability, or all of the above?
In relationship,
Yeah.
I feel like it is all of the above.
Okay.
Care, emotional support, money, and the last one,
Stability.
stability. To be in a relationship, of course, you have to show emotional support to your partner. You have to show empathy, and we are not dead, we're living.
Yeah.
Everything costs money now.
Yes.
To move from one place to another is money. Then to live a lifestyle that you deem fit for yourself, you need money.
Yes.
To live a lifestyle you envision for you and your partner, you also need money. You need care, because if that person doesn't care for you, you know that maybe they are not the right person for you. You need to be stable as well. So I feel like it's not just money; it's all of the above.
Yes.
You need balance in this thing. So that is it for me.
I see a lot of conversations on social media lately. I'll be like, oh, you don't have to call your partner every day if you guys are dating. And people are like, wow, why are we in a relationship and you can't call me every day? What are we doing in that relationship? Like, oh, if your partner is busy, he has to keep you up to date. Like every time he can just send you a voice note, I'm busy, I'll call you back.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, you don't have to call every day. Whenever you feel like it, you can just call them. That doesn't mean the string. Doesn't mean the string between us is. And people are like, oh, you guys should hold your nonchalantness and just move forward.
I recently even like did research on something pertaining to that.
Okay.
I saw that people who always want, like, you know, updates from their partners.
Yeah.
Tell me what you are doing. If you are busy, tell me you are busy. They are called nervous avoidants.
Okay.
While people who are
Nonchalant.
they are called avoidants.
Okay.
And it's like, what are you being avoidant for? Okay, you might have experienced trauma, or you might have experienced something, or it's just your personality or something like that. But when in a relationship, I don't understand. Okay, so you'll be okay to not reach out to me, sorry, for like a month or a day or 2 days or 3 days, and then when I'm telling you, okay, this is the issue, we need to speak about this, you'll be like, oh, okay, you don't want to talk about it.
If you're being nonchalant, if you're a nonchalant person, you have no business coming to ask me out or being in a relationship.
You can stay alone.
Just stay
exactly.
alone.
Be alone.
Just be alone.
Since you want to be alone, because you cannot be alone and be in a relationship. It doesn't work like that.
Emotional support is like valid. Care is valid. There's some people that their love language is like different. But you see these things that we are talking about here, I feel like they're the core, the foundation of a relationship.
First of all, if you are avoidant, just stay away from other people.
You just
Stay
stay
on
away.
your own. Then secondly, regardless of whether you are anxious avoidant or cautious avoidant, okay, you cannot go a day without communicating with your partner, whoever you are, and you know that you want that person in your life intentionally. You can't go a day without communicating, be it a voice note, be it a text message or a call. You see, the moment that you can go a day without talking to me as your partner, maybe something actually happened to you. Or that relationship, we are not really sure. There is something you are not telling me. You are not telling me.
There's a friend of mine that she chatted me up one day. She was like, oh my gosh, Khadija, like, I've not heard from my partner in like 2 days. I'm like, 2 days as in how? What happened? Did he die or what? And she was like, oh no, and she's not really sure. But like, she saw that he posted like the day before in the morning, and I'm like, because me, I had his number, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me chat him up. Let me like see what's up now. And she was like, oh, she has tried chatting him up. Like his number is showing, like, it's not even showing delivered. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's not online. I went to go and say, oh, hey, good afternoon, and like, what's up? And it showed 2 ticks, meaning it delivered. And I'm like, and then immediately I screenshot and I sent her. I was like, girl, like, this guy is online. And she was like, what? And then later on I was like, do you guys resolve it or what was it? She was like, oh, he told her that he was busy and like there was no light. But then she now asked him that, okay, the time you posted, why didn't you just tell me why didn't you like tell me this excuse? You just told me that. And he told her that, that he did not think it's like it was going to be like appropriate to text her, even if he had texted her that he would not be able to reach out to her. So it was better that when his phone was fully charged and he was available, he talked to her.
Story.
And I'm like,
story. Serious story. Like,
it was giving me headaches, and I'm like, and you sat down there and he was telling you all this nonsense and you were just saying
she needs to check that relationship. I think she needs to actually check that relationship. Something is
with like 2 days. I don't understand 2 days.
Something is shaking somewhere. Your phone will full for 2 days. 2 days. You don't find someone else's phone to call. Your excuse is that you need your phone, your own personal phone to full. So if it takes 4 days until that phone gets full.
But you had to update your status. Make it make sense.
No. And he posted something depressive.
Bro.
I was one anime or one guy crying and talking about depressive shit, about suicide and stuff. And is that what's worrying?
I feel like,
is that what's worrying?
I feel like she needs to check that relationship. First of all, ladies, let me advise you, right? If a man is not happy in his life, don't enter his life. Don't enter his life, because there's no way he's going to make you happy.
You're not
even if you don't know and you entered, you thought that he was happy and you see that he's unhappy.
You cannot see anything that somebody cannot really like maybe do for themselves or their family can't do. You can't do it
for them. Yes, that's true.
I can take care of him, my dear. You're not a caretaker. You're not a nanny. You can change him.
I can make him happy.
But the change. You can't. You can't.
Well, this has been such an interesting conversation.
Yes, it has
really been, because I think that at the end of the day, everybody wants love. Nobody wants to suffer. Love is not even about suffering. That you live with your partner.
So Let's bring it to you guys. Would you marry for love alone, financial stability, or both? Or does financial stability come first? Let us know in the comment section.
And tune in every Wednesdays and Sundays for new episodes on the KNTV Talk Show.